Hello everybody, I'm Gus and welcome back to another video. Now, I'm a huge fan of Don't Starve and Don't Starve Together, and they're pretty hard games, but after over 1,000 hours, you can survive pretty easily. But a friend and moderator of mine, Boozman Jaden, decided to make it a little bit harder. So after redeeming a 10,000 channel points pick my stream, he wanted me to try the Boat Lock Challenge on Don't Starve Together. Very simple premise. You can only build on boats. Now this is done entirely on console, so we can't just cheat a boat in. We're going to have to build a science machine and the boat science machine. But as soon as a boat is on the water, that is it. We're going to burn those initial two, so we're officially locked into boats after that. For this, I chose Wendy, so we could summon Abigail the Ghost to protect us on the boat, as the edges of the boat are quite hard to protect. You could use Walter for this, but as I'm someone who gets motion sick from low sanity, Walter was an absolute no way I could pick him. And my friend Boozman Jaden picked Woody in order to help with farming wood for building the boats, as you need 4 planks, which each need 4 logs per boat, and we're going to need a lot of those. And his alternate transformations, one of which being a weregoose, can traverse the water very easily, allowing him to potentially scout things we could head to in our boat. And with that, we are locked in. Now, first things first, we need to go back and get a gold from where we initially found it by these hounds, and hopefully not get nipped, so we can build ourselves a science machine. Now, it is essential in Don't Starve to get a science machine up as early as possible to get yourself the basic setup of a backpack to increase infantry size, a spear to fight off waves of hounds and other enemies that may attack you, and for resource harvesting, a hammer for destroying pig houses and other things, and a spade for making harvesting wood even better. And we found a couple of good spawns quite close. We got a suspicious marble right next to the spawn, which was crazy. I've never seen one that close before. And grass geckos without a summer. I'll take some bonus grass there. Can't complain. Can't complain. And we could potentially corral these later back to the edge of the water and potentially have very easy access to grass. But grass is a pretty easily harvestable resource anyway. Oh, and look at that. The critter den right beside it. You think I should get a buddy for this run through? Let me know in the comments who you'd like to see me collect the most. And then, while going through and collecting hordes of the basic resources, as you always have to do in the early game and Don't Starve, we stumbled upon a graveyard, and I thought, playing as Wendy, got a ghost buddy, we've got to lean into the graveyard, right, and see what we can harvest. Now, this is a big minus to sanity, but in the early game, starting with full sanity and having easy access to flowers to get sanity back, we decided to go for it and managed to get ourselves a couple of red gems and a blue gem. Not half bad. After a few more days of basic resource gathering, we got ourselves a alchemy engine. Upgrades, people. Upgrades. Then we went and got ourselves a garland to start getting some of that sanity back, which is, of course, essential. I don't want to be making myself sick. Then we also built ourselves a chest and a fire pit. This boat is starting to look like home. Then, back on the exploration, after we'd filled ourselves up, we discovered a pig biome really close to the base, and this is huge. We have 2 set pieces of flowers we can use to emergency get sanity back, a set piece of grass, which, as we can't harvest and move grass, because of course you can't plant it on the boat, it's going to be really nice, and a set piece of berries. So if anyone's starving, they can run to those berries and immediately almost fill their stomach. Back to exploring, we found the bee queen hive and got ourselves a couple of free honey, not hitting her too many times because that would aggro her. We decided to use the best use of Abigail and farm some spiders, which is going to be essential for silk for sails for when we set sea. I decided to harvest the pig houses around the pig set piece we got. We got attacked by our first hound wave, or hound I should say, singular. First wave is always easy. Got ourselves our first present, which was... wow. Built ourselves another boat science machine so we could get a ore and started getting the base moving. Now, I just wanted to see... didn't want to actually go out to sea, but I wanted to see, sort of what it opened out into and if we had any close by resources. But unfortunately, the land started getting a little closer. A little closer, but it'd still be open enough, right? We can fit this thing out. It's gonna be fine. We wouldn't have built our boat in a lake. That would be stupid. Oh god, it's getting thinner. It's getting thinner. We built our boat in a lake. that has a lock leading to the sea, but the lock is smaller than the boat. Oh my god. Well, I guess this is a boat that's not going to be going anywhere. While we had been doing all this, Boozman managed to get us some gears that he left in the chest, so we were able to make a fridge, so all of our food is going to last twice as long. And I'm building our second boat, actually at sea this time. Boozman was under attack! Now, he could have pretty easily fought this hound off, but remember, we have a really bad connection delay here. I'm in New Zealand and he is in England, so he finds it really hard to kite enemies, so we're definitely going to have to help him out in all the combat situations. So if not, just have him face tank up with strong armor. Here, I discovered you could actually build walls on boats, which is great, so we can build ourselves the first part of the pig set piece. Very nice. After a lot more harvesting, we built a second boat and got our first pig house built on it, and the pig set piece good to go. Now, the pig's facing the wrong way, but once he sees the pig butt behind the hay walls, he will eventually go over there. And if you don't know what this is for, this prevents them going into their house at night, meaning during full moons, you can harvest them for 2 meat and a pig butt. And if you get attacked by hounds, even during the night, they will protect you. This is going to be absolutely essential for the late game. And back to exploring, we find ourselves a totally normal tree for some living logs, which is going to be good for the in-game crafting stations, dark swords, and one of the only farms we can make on boats, the mushroom planters, although it's going to be quite hard to get living logs on the regular, so I don't know how viable they'll actually be, but we'll definitely try testing out that farm later on. And we got a clean sweeper drop from the tree. I didn't even know this drop existed. Played this game over 1,000 hours, didn't know that drop existed. That's freaking awesome. That's going to allow us to change our skins. And we got ourselves a new Abigail skin. So Abigail, prepare to be upgraded from Flower Girl to Skull Girl. Oh, yeah. And while we were doing that, our friend Boozman built us our first exploration boat with the new fancy skin, looking good. And after some upgrades, we are ready to set sail. Day 10, not a bad day to first hit the high seas. Finally managed to find that message in a bottle we missed before, and with some insane RNG, the very first ever bottle we opened gave us Pearl's Island location, so well, now we have a goal. To Pearl's Island we go! It's a long way away, and we only have one sail, so it's going to take a while, but while on the way there... Wait, why do I hear boss music? Oh my god, a monkey raid! I'm up! Holy crap, we were lucky to survive that one. Not only did we get a monkey raid on our very first day at sea, but we got a narwhal and a shark event at the same time, warring with each other? Oh my god, that is absolutely insane. So the narwhal seemed to be friendly, so we decided to help him in trying to beat the shark, but it turns out that narwhals aren't friendly, and we were betrayed, and he poked a hole in our boat with his horn! Ah! Now, I knew you could hit the narwhal horn to dislodge it if it was in the boat, but I thought that would cause the leak, but he just pulls it out anyway. So now we literally have to retreat, or it's game over here. If we don't make it back to the shore by the time the boat goes down, we're going to lose everything, and we have almost all of our resources on this boat, so it's time to get back. Land ho! Thank goodness. And still with 50% boat durability. Man, one hole in the boat doesn't actually drain it too fast. It's not too bad. But we're in a rush here. We now need to remove every single item from the boat before it sinks. Otherwise, we'll lose everything. Now, luckily, I had a hammer on me, so we're able to hammer these to get half of our base resources back. But in a panic, not having enough inventory space, I accidentally dropped the hammer. Oh my god. Cutting it way too close here. Everything we lose on this boat is going to be massive, because that's going to be resources we're going to have to get back, and that's going to be less time we're going to have prepping for the more dangerous seasons. And prep time in this game is essential. Bonus essential with the additional challenge of only being able to build things on boats. Luckily, we got almost everything back, so we only missed out on a bit of grass and logs. Okay, easy to get back. And oh my god, tonight's full moon night? Well, I guess Woody's going moose goose. Go exploring. Good luck. Hopefully he can find us somewhere good to go on the boat later. Well, while he's on that, we're on reset duty. I went and made another boat and came back to get all of our resources back to our base and build ourselves a second boat for exploration. Now, unfortunately here, Boozman did not have enough food and actually took a down. And we are looking really bad here. I am on half sanity, almost no food, half health. He's dead, causing my sanity to drain faster. Oh my god, we're like on the absolute hair's breadth of losing here. But luckily, we managed to make it back just in the nick of time with all the resources and had just enough health left to make a telltale heart in order to revive Boozman. Whew! We were so fucking close to losing the run here. I didn't even think we were going to make it this far on the run. We were so lucky to keep it going here. So lucky to keep it going. And luckily there was still some of the basic resources around, like berries and carrots. So even though we did start to starve, we were easily able to fill our stomach back up. And look, over here we have all of our resources from the boat ready to go for boat Mark II. But that's going to take a while. In the meantime, we did some exploring. Found ourselves a minor hat set piece that apparently comes with a tree guard? Is that unrelated? Where did that tree guard come from? There's not even any, like, of those kind of trees around. He must be part of the set piece, right? But I've never seen this before. So we decided to slap him down, get ourselves some more living logs for his future mushroom farms. I'm now thinking that dark swords, we probably won't really need them, as when we find the lunar island, we can make glass cutters, which will be even better. But the mushroom planters is definitely something I want to try out later on. That could be really good for future farming on this boat account. And another present. Banana, 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 da-na-na-na. Back to exploring, and we got that streamer RNG. We actually managed to find the randomly placed on the map X marks the spot from the monkey raid. What are the fucking chances? That is insane. That is absolutely insane. I've only ever bungled into these by chance once before. I'm fucking stoked to find that. It's going to be a few extra weapons for us, a delicious monkey smoothie to refill our health, and a pirate banner blueprint. Ooh. Back to boat building. The boat Mark II is coming along nicely, and I decided to build a tent this time, so if Boozman is struggling with health and we have excessive food, he can sleep during the night to regain it. We can also use this to regain sanity. That's going to be really nice. And for some reason we were allowed to place it like almost inside the sail, so it took up like no space. This is a optimal boat build right here. Boat Mark II, this is the one. This is the one. And with a few more upgrades, the Ocean Explorer Mark II is ready to set sail. And I decided to add some extra goals here. Rather than just try and survive classic Don't Starve styles while only living on boats, I decided to add a bonus goal here and see if we can find every sea biome before the end of the first year. And we found our first one, the seaweed biome, which you can harvest barnacles from. But I learned two things here about the barnacles. One, you can't just pick them like a berry bush, you have to shave them, and we didn't have a shaver ready. Oh my god, amateur mistake. And two, they will spit out your fires. Very glad I had a miner's hat. And back into the open ocean on the way to Pearl's Island, we discovered our second sea biome, the salt biome. This is a terrifying biome, as the salt cutters that surround it are in absolute droves and gnaw holes in your boat super fast. And really, salt is a pretty useless resource. There's only two crafts I can think of from here. The cookie cutter hat, which is spiked and deals damage when you get hit, and the salt box, which allows you to store raw vegetables, which is okay, I guess. We might get those later on, but no rush to get them. And we finally made it to Pearl's Island. Great success. Great success. Now, I didn't actually have any reason to come here. I just wanted to come here and explore and, you know, mark off a tick on the imaginary scoreboard of ocean locations found, up to 3. But I completely forgot Pearl's Island has kelp, and kelp is huge. As one of the only things we can easily harvest. We can harvest kelp because it's placed in the water, which is, I'm going to count as being on a boat. We can place figs, which we're going to have to find a fig island for, and we can place mushroom planters on boats. Now, this is one of the only 3, and it's the only one we have now, so this is going to be our main harvestable food source, and there is an insanely good food combination with this. And that dish is butterfly muffins. It's so easy to make. I used to use these all the time back in my old world when she first came out, and I did a Pearl Locked Island build. Really fun challenge. Maybe learn how to build things really close together. It's so easy to make. All you need is 1 butterfly wing, 1 kelp, 2 twigs, and 3 of these fully refills our stats. With 6, me and Boozman are back to full. But with winter starting, unfortunately, that's all we have time for today, everybody. Thank you so much for watching, and tune in next week for Boat Locked Part 2. Can we survive winter? Will we beat the Eclipse? Find out next time.